This is activity 3.1 on page 47, adding tasks to a project plan. The file that we'll be working with in this activity is titled HR Manual Tasks. During the first status meeting for the HR Manual project, the project team identified some of the key tasks needed for the project. Because the project plan is in an early development phase, you decide to enter the information you have so far into the project plan file and to add additional tasks when the team has determined what they will be. You also want to create a recurring task that shows a project status meeting occurring on alternate Tuesdays until November 10th, the approximate date you think the project will be complete. We're going to start by opening up our data file. So we're going to go to Open, click our Browse button, and remember you want to navigate to your home drive, down to Project Part 1, and we are in Lesson 3, which is titled Adding Project Tasks. So we're going to open up that subfolder. And the file that we want to open is titled HR Manual Tasks. Select that and click Open. Now, before we make any changes to this file, we're going to do a save as so we create a copy of it. So we're going to go to File, Save As. We're going to save it to our current folder, Adding Project Tasks. And we're just going to rename it to My HR Manual Tasks. So if you ever need to go back and work on the original again, you'll still have that intact. So with that renamed, I'm going to click Save. Number 3, set the task mode to auto scheduled. On our status bar, we're going to select New Tasks Manually Scheduled, and from the pop-up menu, we're going to change this to auto scheduled. The task dates are calculated by Microsoft Project. Number 4, display the duration, start, and finish fields in the task entry table. We're going to position our cursor on the divider bar between our task entry table and our Gantt chart, because you can see our Gantt chart is taking up most of my screen here. So I'm going to put my cursor over until it changes to the double arrow, and I'm just going to click and drag that to the right. So you want to drag it until at least you can see your finish column, okay? You want to make sure that's in view. And number 5, we're going to enter our first task, which is to begin project. In our task entry table, we're going to select the first cell in our task name column, and we're going to enter begin project and press enter. The duration column contains 1 day, ? And the start and finish columns each contain the start date from the project information dialog box, which shows as Monday, August 5th, 2024. The dates are automatically scheduled, which is indicated by the icon in the task mode column. So that's this icon here, automatically scheduled, which we set that to. Depending on the current day, you might see a Gantt bar in your right pane. So you can see that here. We're going to right-click the task row. And from our context menu, we're going to select Add to Timeline. So the Begin Project task now appears in our timeline up top as a narrow vertical bar, and this technique can be used to add tasks to the timeline at any time. We're going to add 4 more tasks below Begin Project. The second one is going to be Review Existing HR Manual. The next is going to be Review government regulations. Then we have review common industry practices. And then lastly, interview department heads. Project Word wraps the name so all text is visible, and the duration of 1 day with the question mark appears for all tasks along with start and finish date information. Number 7, we're going to insert project status meeting as a recurring task, which should occur every other Thursday from August 8th, 2024 until November 14th of 2024. So we want to select the task name, Review Existing HR Manual. We're going to go up to the Task tab of our ribbon. And in our task command group, hold on one second. Sorry, not in your task command group. From the task drop down, you're going to select recurring task from here. And this is going to open up our task information dialog box. In the name field, we're going to enter project status meeting. The duration we're going to set to 2 hours. So you can type in there 2H. And we're going to set the recurrence pattern to weekly. And then we want it to recur every 2 weeks. And we need to check off Thursday. Then we're going to go down to our end after and select that radio button. And we want to set this to 8 occurrences. So project status meeting, 2 hours, weekly, recurring every 2 weeks on Thursdays, ending after 8 occurrences, and we can click OK. So the indicator field, our first column here, shows the recurring task icon, which is this circle with arrows. And for tasks 3 through 10, it shows a start no earlier than constraint icon, which is this here. So this task has a start no earlier than constraint on Thursday, August 8th, 2024. So that's for this particular one. All the dates are different though. We're going to widen the task name field. You can just hover over that dividing border and widen that. And we can see all 8 instances of the project status meeting recurring tasks that we created. In our task name column to the left of the project status meeting task, we're going to select this little triangle here. And this is going to collapse our 8 occurrences of that recurring meeting. And you can click on that triangle again, and it will expand it. All right, number 8. Next, we're going to move task 13 up so that it becomes task number 12. We're going to select the ID number for task number 13. And that's the Review Common Industry Practices task. You're going to hit Control X. This is the keyboard shortcut to cut whatever you have selected. And then we're going to select task number 12 row, which is Review Government Regulations, and we're going to do our Control V, which is our keyboard shortcut to paste. So that will rearrange tasks 12 and 13 for us. All right, we're going to go up to our Quick Access toolbar and hit our Save button to save our updates. And we can leave this file open for our next activity.